Audio Jungle. 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 Audio
Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Souris Valley Sabre Dogs Baseball. Tonight the Sabre Dogs will take on the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks once again. It is currently the 6th time that these two teams have played against each other. Sabre Dogs are 4-1 against a team from Brandon, Manitoba. As of right now, the Sabre Dogs are 12-10, looking to extend their winning streak here today. As for the Whiskey Jacks, they are on a 10-game losing streak as we take a look at the standings. In first place is the Badlands Big Sticks at 18-5. They have now won 6 games in a row. Sabre Dogs are 5.5 games back, 12-10. 7 of their last 10 games they've won. Pier Trappers are starting to try to creep up on the Sabre Dogs as right now they are 10-12. 7.5 games out of first and 2 games behind the Sabre Dogs. Half game behind them is the Hub City Hotshots. They're 8 games out of first place at 9-12. And in last place are the Whiskey Jacks at 5-17. 12.5 games out of first place. As for the Clark division, it is the West Nebraska Pioneers who have now been up by 2 games, as the Sasquatch have now dropped 2 games in a row. 2 winnable games against the Sawbusters, as they are now 14-7, 2 games out of first. Casper Horseheads are now 9-12. They're 7 games back. Fremont Moo are 7-13, 8.5 games back. And the Hastings Sawbusters have now won 2 games in a row. They're 7-14, but still 9 games back. So right now it's looking like it's going to be West Nebraska and Badlands getting the home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs this season, as winner of the first half of both divisions do get home field advantage. Sabre Dogs will try to get the second spot in the Lewis division and try to get revenge for last year when the Big Sticks knocked the Sabre Dogs out of the playoffs in the first round, despite the Sabre Dogs having the much better record. And the Sabre Dogs will need the help from some of their starting pitching, and tonight it will be Zay Caldwell on the mound for the Sabre Dogs, and he's having himself a nice season. Talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. We'll be back in just a few moments. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball. Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe. Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet guides on their team of highly educated dental advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as 17 strikeouts, just 2 walks, and 7 hits. I mean, the dude cannot be pitching any better at the moment. As for the hitting, it could be a little bit better, but as of right now, it's improving, as their batting average is at 235 at the moment. It was 167 yesterday, as it hit 5 for 30. The only Sabre Dog to have a multi-hit day was Mason Dennison. He went 2 for 4 with a run, a double, an RBI, a strikeout, and a stolen base. Sabre Dogs as a whole against the Whiskey Jacks are batting 229. And this is against a pitching squad for the Whiskey Jacks that has really struggled. 5.48 is their current ERA, and they've given up a ton of hits. They have 4 guys in the top 6 that have given up the most hits in the league. You have Sam Larson, who's given up 32. Benefield has given up 32. Cole Torgerson has given up 36. Christian Arias has given up 36. And Chase Mueller has given up 38, which leads the league. So if the Sabre Dogs can get past the starting pitcher for Whiskey Jacks today, they should be good in terms of having a shot at getting some damage in later innings. And the starting pitcher for Wheat City is Colton Charnholm. 2 games he has appeared in, has not started a game yet, has a 5.40 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 6 hits. We will have starting lineups coming up in just a little bit. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007. El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
First pitch will be underway here in just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and get today's starting lineup, starting with the home Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. Leading off and playing second is Cody Kale. Batting second and playing center is Jace Bailey. Batting third and catching is Lucas Allen. Batting cleanup and playing first is Keegan Schultz. Batting fifth and playing left is Jackson Picorni. Batting sixth and DHing is Miles Harris. Batting seventh and playing third is Jaden Kay. Batting eighth and playing right is Reagan Doss. And batting ninth and playing short is Robbie Merced with number 3 Colton Charnholm on the mound for Wheat City. Now for the Sabre Dogs. Leading off and playing left will be Philip Childs. Batting second and playing short is Mason Dennison. Batting third and DHing is Chauncey Callier. Batting fourth and playing first is Bo McClintock. Batting fifth and playing second is Josh Pano. Batting sixth and catching is Alex Hay. Batting seventh and playing third is Jace Edwards. Batting eighth and playing right is Sam Powers. And batting ninth and playing center is Wilson Rubion. So you might have noticed that there is going to be no Cruz Taylor. He's going to get his first day off of the season. He's played in all 22 games, has 25 hits and 25 hits and 83 at-bats for a batting average of .301, which is third on the team. Right now, he has 19 runs, which leads the team. He has 8 doubles with 4 home runs, 18 RBI, and 6 stolen bases. And taking a look at some of his where he is at in the league, he's 7th in at-bats. He's 7th in runs, tied for 3rd in doubles and homers, and he's tied for 4th in RBI. And then also Austin Reno getting a day off. He is tied for 7th in stolen bases as he did not make the trip out here to Brandon. And there's a list of guys who didn't come out here just to kind of give them some extra time off to heal up and to get ready for Casper. Matt Startwell, Corey Smith, Josh Mancuso, Cody Waters, Austin Reno, Justin Henley, Marcelo Terrazas, and Matt Houlihan all did not make the trip. So we have 25 guys here, 33 on the current roster and 32 on the active roster with Heath Backus here in Brandon, despite not being active. Still dealing with some arm tightness himself, trying to get ready for later on in the season. As of right now, it's been all about the relief pitching for the Sabre Dogs as Bradley Spooner has been absolutely tearing it up, but it's not just been him and Jace Mapston. It's been George Lockstercamp as well, having himself a great season. The ERA of 357. He's pitched in 5 games, only giving up 7 earned runs and 17 2/3 innings. Haven't seen him in a few days. Could possibly see an inning or 2 here this evening. Also, Nate Brenzer Mendoza, the weatherman for the Sabre Dogs. If you follow at the Dogs in the Pen, see him give his daily weather reports. Pretty entertaining stuff. He is 1-1 with 5 games under his belt. 4.11 ERA. Has given up just 7 earned runs in 15 1/3 innings with 20 strikeouts, which is the and he's in the top 20 in the league in strikeouts so far this year. Has a whip of just 0.91 as he's given up just 3 walks. So the Sabre Dogs are 9-7 in the month of June. 6-3 on the road, 6-7 at home. And are 4-1 against the Whiskey Jacks with a 10-9 record against Lewis division opponents. And are currently 12-10. Second place, 5.5 back in the Lewis division. Let's take a look at some of the scores that finalized last night, as the Sabre Dogs were one of the first games that were done because they finished in 1 hour and 59, which is a minute faster than the game on Friday, which was the fastest to date. The Horseheads beat the Spearfish Sasquatch 12-5, which was really the upset of the day. The Western Nebraska Pioneers and the Hub City Hotshots took 3 hours and 11 minutes to finish, as the Pioneers won 17-8. The Sodbusters beat the Pure Trappers 4-1. And the Badlands Big Sticks beat the Fremont Moo 12-5. And the Big Sticks have just been absolutely tearing it up as of right now. Pretty much everything is working for them. The only quote-unquote weak spot is their relief pitching, and that's getting a lot better. And they're going to continue to get better, which is really scary for teams such as Service Valley, who only have to play them for one more time for the rest of the season. That's all the way on July 28th. They'll be at home. They've played them a total of 5 times already. Sabre Dogs are 1-4 against Badlands. They went 1-2 against them in Dickinson, their first time up, and they took on them 2 more times, in which the Sabre Dogs got swept at Corbett Field. So we'll have first pitch coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll go ahead and have the singing of O Canada and the national anthem, as the Sabre Dogs and the Whiskey Jacks set to go underway at 7:05. And first, I believe we have the first pitch. Let's go and send a commercial, and we'll come back right after this.
iHeartRadio.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Sewers River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Sewers River. Sabre Dogs and the Whiskey Jacks getting set to go here in just a few minutes. First pitch was supposed to be at 7:05, but we've already came and passed that mark, so get started here as soon as we can, I would imagine. Could get a little confusing because both teams are wearing baby blue unis, but the Whiskey Jacks have navy blue sleeves, and the Sabre Dogs have all baby blue unis with gray pants and gray hats. As for the Whiskey Jacks, they will have white pants and navy hats. Once again, the hitting order for the Sabre Dogs, it will be Philip Childs, Mason Dennison, Chauncey Callier, Bo McClintock, Josh Pano, Alex Hay, Jace Edwards, Sam Powers, and Wilson Rubion. And as for the fielding order for the Whiskey Jacks, it'll be Cody Kale playing second, Jace Bailey playing in right, center. Lucas Allen is catching, Kagan Schultz playing at first, Jackson McCorney playing in left, Miles Harris DHing, Jaden Kay be at third base, Reagan Doss in right field, Robbie Merced playing short, and Colton Scharnholm on the mound for the Whiskey Jacks. So Philip Childs will come to the plate. Haven't seen him in a few days. Get him back in the groove of things. As of right now, he's played in 9 of the Sabre Dogs games, at least as he started, batting .263. 10 hits and 38 at-bats with 6 runs, 1 double, an RBI, and 3 stolen bases. When he gets on base, he is tough to get out. He is very quick. So here comes the first pitch from Colton Scharnholm. Fouled out of play down the first base side for strike 1, and we are underway. Sabre Dogs are 3-0 here at Andrews Field this season. Got a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday sweep 2 weeks ago. The 0-1 pitch, check swing, and there's strike 2. Love to see if Philip Childs can't keep producing for the Sabre Dogs team and earn him some more playing time, but the outfield is really congested with a lot of players that want playing time. As that pitch misses outside for ball 1, make it 1-2. From the stretch, here's the pitch. That one hit into left field, base hit to lead things off for the Sabre Dogs. Talking about the outfielders, you have Philip Childs, Hunter Holland, Luke Quick, Wilson Rubion, and Cruz Taylor. All competing for playing time. In the infield, it's even more crowded. You have Chauncey Callier, Tyler Courtney, Mason Dennison, Jace Edwards, Bo McClintock, Nick Mastoni, Josh Pano, Sam Powers, and Austin Reno. And Powers is actually playing in right field. This is the second time he has played in right field this season. That one in there, strike 1. Powers has played first base, right field, and he is caught. Here's the 0-1 to Mason Dennison. It's going to be a throwback to first base. Mason, the only player with 2 hits yesterday, and 2 for 4 against the Whiskey Jacks in Minot. Another throwback over for Childs. This is Childs' first game against the Whiskey Jacks this season. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Misses. I'll even the count at 1-1. Sabre Dogs batted just .167 yesterday, but it was good enough to get the 4-2 win. 2-run go-ahead homer by Cruz Taylor in the bottom of the 8th. Is that one in there for strike 2? These two teams getting very acquainted with each other at the moment. Already played 6 times against each other. This will be another throwback over to first. And they will have to play each other again coming up a week from yesterday, next Monday. That one hit in the air, and that will be fouled out of play. Actually, it'll be a week from today, and then another week after that. So they play the Whiskey Jacks from the 25th through the 27th, and then from the 1st through the 5th. 2 games at home and 2 games on the road and 3 games at home. 1-2 pitch hit to left field. Back-to-back base hits for the Sabre Dogs to start things off. Talk about how the Whiskey Jacks have allowed a lot of hits to start this season. 4 pitchers in the top 6 most hits in the league. Now bring up Chauncey Callier with 2 runners on, and this is not a good situation for Colton Scharnholm, as Chauncey Callier, as of right now, batting .393. So Scharnholm works from the stretch. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1 to Callier. And Callier is 4th in the league in batting average, 5th in at-bats, 8th in runs, 2nd in hits, tied for 1st in doubles, tied for 3rd in home runs, 3rd in RBI, and 1st in steals. Not really a whole lot of categories that he doesn't lead in. At 1 pitch, and actually he's going to step off, and he will think about this a little bit more. And I certainly would too if I were him. A 1 pitch, hit in the air towards center field, got under it. And that will be caught by Picorni in right field for out number 1, as Picorni decides to play it because he has the better arm. So that'll bring up Bo McClintock. He's had a couple days off as well. As of right now, he is 4 for 17 on the year in 5 games started, 4 runs with 6 RBI and a home run, batting .235 on the year. Swing and a miss. That was actually foul tipped. That'll be strike 1. So 1 out, runners on 1st and 2nd in the top of the 1st, no score. Back-to-back hits to start things off for the Sabre Dogs. 0-1 pitch. Foul back into the fence. Now make it 0-2. So Scharnholm has gotten ahead in the count early. Hasn't been able to put away any hitters so far, besides Chauncey Callier in the previous at-bat. Here's the 0-2. That one misses. Throw down to 3rd, and Childs will be safe. And that will be a stolen base for Philip Childs, number 4 on the season. Here comes the 1-2. In the stretch, Scharnholm pitches. That one fouled out of play. We redo the 1-2. Runner goes to 2nd. Throw down is going to be caught in a pickle. Dennison will end up getting the runner home as Dennison is thrown out at 1st. So it's a strikeout and a throw out, but they get the run. So Sabre Dogs will lead 1-0. And coming up, Sabre Dogs will be will be in defensive mode. We'll be right back after these messages. Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence. Contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
iHeartRadio. 105.3 The Fox is Monarch's only rock station, playing the active rock of today, reaching your male audience 18 to 52, and getting your message to their ears.
I'm listening.
And 105.3 The Fox can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country. And with our iHeartRadio app, from radio to stream, web, and social media, we've got your bases covered. If you're needing to reach a male audience, we are your radio station.
105.3 The Fox.
Savion Caldwell on the mound for the Sabre Dogs as they lead 1-0. It took a while for them to put the run on the board as the board op was unaware that that run was supposed to count, as Mason Dennison was picked off in between the bases for the final out. So Savion Caldwell comes to the mound, and as of right now, sitting pretty. He's sitting pretty with, as of right now, an ERA of 3.22, 1-1 record, 4 games, 4 starts, 22 in a third innings with 19 strikeouts, 10 walks, 18 hits, and a 125 whip. Love to see if he get off to a good start, because he has a tendency to get off to a slow start and work his way back. First pitch, check swing, didn't go, ball 1. First start as the Sabre Dog was against the Whiskey Jacks for Zay Caldwell. He went 6 innings, gave up just 1 earned run, and that was in the first inning. Swing and a miss, even the count. As you just joining us, Sabre Dogs got 1 run in the top of the first. Ended up being a steal home for Phillip Childs. That one misses. Make it 2-1. So 2 steals for Phillip Childs to start his day. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Caldwell. That one a grounder at the shortstop. Mason Dennison throw to first. Nice scoop by McClintock for out number 1. That'll bring up Jace Bailey for the Whiskey Jacks. Went 0 for 4 yesterday with a strikeout. As of right now, only 4 Whiskey Jacks batting over 250. First pitch, that one a broken bat at the third baseman, throw to first. And that one in time as McClintock had to come off the base and tag the runner. Now make it out number 2. That'll bring up Lucas Allen. He is one of the 2 hitters to be hitting above 300 as of right now, batting 304. And is the only batter over 300 that has played in 10 or more games, as Hayden Starr-Kennison has started in 4 games and has a batting average of 333. That one fouled, out of play. The 0-1 for Xavier Caldwell, nobody on, 2 out in the bottom of the first. Wind up in the pitch. This is upstairs, even the count. That one misses as well, make it 2-1. Coming up for the Sabre Dogs in the top of the second, it'll be Josh Pano, Alex Hay, and Jace Edwards. 5, 6, 7 hitters. 2-1. That one hit at third baseman Jace Edwards. Make his second play of the inning. And another nice scoop by Bo McClintock. And that will be in there for out number 3. So we will send it to the top of the second. Sabre Dogs lead 1-0. We'll be right back after these messages. Sabre Dogs up 1-0. Going into the top of the second, Philip Childs stole third and home. And they are able to get to the 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up. Josh Pano, Alex Hay, and Jace Edwards. And as of right now, the bottom of the hitting order for the Sabre Dogs has not been very reliable for them this season, as they have been struggling to be a consistent hitting team throughout the majority of the roster. You have 4 or 5 guys that are hitting really well, and then a bunch of others that are not hitting as well and can occasionally get a hit, but Sabre Dogs can find some consistency in the bottom of their lineup, they would be much better off as of right now, as they find themselves, as of the moment, 12-10, and leading 1-0 after the top of the first, with Philip Childs getting a base hit, and then Mason Dennison getting another base hit. Philip Childs was able to advance to third via a stolen base and then stole home as well, as Mason Dennison sacrificed himself and got himself in a pickle for the third and final out, as Bubba McClintock struck out and Chauncey Callier flew out to center field. So Colton Charnholm on for his second inning of work for the Whiskey Jacks. Charnholm was able to limit the damage in the first inning. First pitch, up and away for ball 1 to Josh Pano, second baseman for the Sabre Dogs this evening. Hit in the air towards center field. That will be at the center fielder, Jace Bailey, for out number 1. So the dimensions here at Andrews Field, very strange. It's 328 to left and right, but there's a huge cave outward immediately after the foul pole, and then it kind of straightens out and extends all the way to center field, which is straight away 400 feet, with no dimensions listed on left or right center field. First pitch in there, strike 1 to Alex Hay. So if you move about 20 feet to the left of the foul poles, or left and to the right of the foul poles, it caves out about another 20 feet instantly. It's very interesting. 0-1. That one in there. Make it 0-2. Charnholm trying to collect himself here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one in on Alex Hay for ball 1 as he dodges out of the way. One-two pitch, fouled into the screen, and it will stay 1-2. Game 1 of a 3-game stand here at Andrews Field in Brandon, Manitoba. 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air, that will be out of play, and it will stay 1-2. First game of the total series, which is 4 games, was yesterday. Sabre Dogs won 4-2. Go ahead, 2-run slam by Cruz Taylor. 1-2 pitch, hit into right field for a base hit, and Alex Hay is on here in the top of the second. 4 for 20 on the season before that at bat, now 5 for 21. That'll bring up Jace Edwards. As of right now, Edwards, 3 for 17 on the season in his 5 games he has started. Second at bat as the Sabre Dogs, a 3-run home run. As that pitch misses for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Make it ball 2. Alex Hay, not much of a threat on the base paths, at least that we're aware of. No stolen bases yet. The Sabre Dogs with 61 stolen bases, which leads the team, leads the league. Going foul back out of play, make it 2-1. Sam Powers on deck for the Sabre Dogs, playing right field today. From the stretch, Charnholm delivers. That one misses for ball 3. Could have, once again, runners on first and second. The pitch. Fouled out of play, make the count full. So as of right now, the Whiskey Jacks on a 10-game losing streak, the longest from any team this season. As Wheat City, the one of two new expansion teams in the Expedition League. Payoff pitch, runner goes, foul back, and we'll do that again. After Thursday's game, Sabre Dogs will travel to Casper for a Friday game. Should be about a 13-hour drive. That'll be a lot of fun. And throw back to first, check up on Alex Hay. Keegan Schultz playing first base for the Sabre Dogs. For the Whiskey Jacks. That one's hit towards center field, and that will be caught. Hit on the line. That was in on his hands, and a jam shot. It's out number 2. I'll bring up Sam Powers, and he's played 12 games for the Sabre Dogs, has 7 hits out of 49 at-bats, with 1 run, 5 RBI, and 3 stolen bases, batting .143. First pitch, fouled out of play. He actually joined the team 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. Got his first start against the Whiskey Jacks. He's 2 for 8 against Wheat City. Here's the 0-1. Foul tip. Make it 0-2. Bottom of the second coming up for the Whiskey Jacks. Sabre Dogs been playing very quick games past few days. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. Make it 1-2. Both teams with pretty high ERAs and low batting averages, so something has to give in this series. 1-2. Misses upstairs, even the count. Sabre Dogs a 1-0 lead. Child stole third and then stole home. Two-two pitch. In the air towards shallow right field. And actually stays in on the infield, barely. They'll be caught for out number 3. So Sabre Dogs scoreless in the top of the second. They'll send us to the bottom. Whiskey Jacks trail 1-0. We'll be right back. El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
Savion Caldwell out for his second go at it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the scores around the league for today's games. As Sabre Dogs currently lead 1-0 here in Andrews Field. Fremont and Badlands scoreless in the top of the first. West Nebraska leads Hub City 4-0 in the bottom of the third. A game going on in Aberdeen. And we're also scoreless between the Spearfish Sasquatch and the Casper Horseheads, with the Pier Trappers and Hastings Sawbusters being postponed to a later day. That was decided a few hours ago, actually. So that'll bring up Keegan Schultz, first baseman for the Whiskey Jacks. 0 for 1 yesterday, came in and pinch hit. Just had a will ground out. Batting .286 on the year. First pitch. Misses for ball 1. Leads the team with 13 RBI. Also has 2 home runs. Now on a grounder to Dennison. Tough play over to first in time for out number 1. And to make a running play away from his body. So 4 up, 4 down for Xavier Caldwell with 2 ground outs to Mason Dennison and 2 ground outs to Jace Edwards. Now we'll bring up Jackson Picorni, who had a double in the second inning yesterday and got gunned out at third base being too ambitious. Josh Pano made a beautiful throw from second base in the outfield. This one is hit at the second baseman. And today is going to be once again Josh Pano. Throw over to first in time for out number 2. And that will bring up Miles Harris. Batting 182 on the year with 9 runs and 23 strikeouts. Whiskey Jacks have the most strikeouts by a team. They have 210 as of right now and just 159 hits. First pitch misses, ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That one misses as well, make it 2-0. So coming up for the Sabre Dogs in the top of the third, it'll be 9-hitter Wilson Rubion leading off, and then Philip Childs and Mason Dennison. The Sabre Dogs will be going through the second time through the hitting order. 2-0 pitch. Now misses for ball 3. Caldwell has not allowed a hit or a walk yet. Just 5 ground outs to start the game. 3-0 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk for Xavier Caldwell to Miles Harris. And that gives Sweet City their first runner of the game. I'll bring up Jaden Kay. 5'11" freshman from North Dakota State University. Grew up in Billings, Montana. First pitch. In there, strike 1. Jaden Kay did not start yesterday, but has a few starts against the Sabre Dogs. He's played in 4 games. He's 4 for 11, batting .364. 6 RBI and 2 triples. Throw over to first. Not in time. Looking to ring up Miles Harris over at first base. Looking over at first, Caldwell from the stretch. First time today. That pitch in there for strike 2. Make it 0-2 for Caldwell. 3 hits for the Sabre Dogs so far, none for the Whiskey Jacks. Sabre Dogs lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. O2 pitch, hit in the air towards center field. Backing up is Rubion, and he will make the play for out number 3. So it takes Caldwell 4 batters this time, 3 in the first. And that will bring up the Sabre Dogs in the top of the third as they lead 1-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience. 1-0 lead for the Sabre Dogs. Going to the top of the third, it'll be Wilson Rubion, Philip Childs, and Mason Dennison coming up. As in the first inning, Philip Childs led off with a single. Dennison that came up with another single. And then when Bo McClintock struck out for the second out, Mason Dennison was caught in a pickle, which brought home Philip Childs, and he's still home. He gave the Sabre Dogs their first and only run of the day, as the Sabre Dogs have done that quite a few times this season already. It's a very bold strategy. It works most of the time. It didn't work yesterday versus the Whiskey Jacks, but with a couple new infielders playing today, things might have changed up just a little bit with their strategy. So Wilson Rubion, as of right now, batting .333 with the Sabre Dogs. Excuse me, .328. He was .333 yesterday, as that one misses for ball one upstairs. Rubion went 1 for 4 yesterday with a run. 1-0 pitch in there. I'll even the count. 20 hits and 61 tries for Rubion. 7 runs with 7 RBI and 7 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch. Pitch inside. Make it 2-1. It's the 19th game that Rubion has started this season. I mentioned that Cruz Taylor did not get the start. He's played in all 22 games on the season. As that one is swinging and a miss to even the count 2-2. Chauncey Collier has actually played in every single game, but he started 21 games. The only game he didn't start in the hitting order was when he came in for 2 innings of relief against the Hot Shots. That one, a bloop into left field. That's going to be foul, and sliding and trying to make the play is Jaden Kay, unable to make the play. So it'll stay 2-2. So one more try, it'll be 2-2. Rubion is first at bat here in the top of the third. Sabre Dogs trying to get their 10th win in the month of June as they are 9-7. 2-2 pitch. That one misses for ball 3, make the count full. Sabre Dogs' next off day isn't until June 24th. That will be after they complete this series and a series in Casper this weekend. 3-2 pitch, hit up the middle, into center field, base hit in between the gap. And the Sabre Dogs with 3 consecutive innings with a hit. That'll bring up Philip Childs, 1 for 1 with a run and 2 stolen bases so far today. See if he can keep it up. It's Colton Charmholm still on the mound. He's a freshman at Spokane Falls Community College. Have a couple Sabre Dogs that go there. First pitch misses. Throw back to first, check up on Rubion. Rubion with just 1 stolen base. Very quick, just hasn't really had an opportunity to showcase it. That one in there, even the count at 1-1. Nobody out, 1 aboard for the Sabre Dogs. They have a 1-0 lead in the top of the third. 1-1 pitch. That one misses, make the count 2-1. Runner goes, pitch, misses, throw down to second. In time for the first out of the inning. Now base is empty with 1 out for Childs. 3-1 count coming up. So after this series is over, the next and final time the Sabre Dogs will take on the Whiskey Jacks in Brandon will be on July 1st and 2nd. As that one's popped sky high. at the first baseman. Keegan Schultz will make the play for out number 2. I'll bring up Mason Dennison, who was 1 for 1 with a single and a caught stealing. First pitch, grounded up the middle, past the pitcher, Charnholm, and into center field for another base hit. So he's 2 for 2 on the day. Sabre Dogs now work with 2 outs and a man on. I'll bring up Chauncey Callier, 0 for 1 with the flyout to start today. Leads the team with 21 RBI, 3rd in the league. First pitch, throw back over to first. Dennison not really even getting that much of a lead, but however, he does have 8 stolen bases on the year. Just 3rd on the team, only behind Austin Reno and Chauncey Callier. Is that one a pitch out? Just to check up on Dennison once again, as that one will make it 2-0. Excuse me, 1-0 rather. Here is the pitch from Colton Charnholm. Breaking ball, misses upstairs, made 2-0. And you know that you have to really have a couple really bad pitches to get Chauncey Callier a 2-0 count. Because the dude will swing at anything and everything. He'll put it wherever he wants. It's unlimited control and unlimited range. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Inside, make it 3-0. I'd be surprised if he even has a walk yet this season. I mean, I'm sure he does, but really surprised if the total is no more than maybe 5. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Callier. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk to put runners on first and second. Possibly some take signs over there from third base coach Brock Baucom. That'll bring up Bo McClintock, 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far today. First pitch. Misses for ball 1. Dennison getting a big lead over there at second. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Now misses inside, and that actually hit Bo McClintock. Hit one of his legs, and that will load the bases with 2 outs. That'll bring up Josh Pano with the bases juiced. In the top of the 3rd, Sabre Dogs still lead 1-0. Pano 3 for 18 on the season, his 5 games he has started. He has 4 RBI with 3 stolen bases and a 167 batting average. Playing second baseman once again for the Sabre Dogs. Him and Tyler Courtney have rotated over at the second base position this season. First pitch. Misses for ball 1. Mentioned that Charnholm coming into the game. Just 5 innings pitched and 2 outings. 5.40 ERA with 3 earned runs allowed. That pitch misses for ball 2. So now 7 consecutive balls for Colton Charnholm. Actually, that would be 8 rather, because it was a 1-0 count when McClintock got hit. Two-0 pitch. In there, strike 1 on the upper portion of the strike zone. Nobody holding the runners on. 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air towards right field. That will be playable for Reagan Doss, and that will end the inning. So the Sabre Dogs strand 3 and continue to lead just 1-0. Coming up in the bottom of the third, it will be Reagan Doss, Robin Merced, in the top of the order with Cody Kale. We'll be right back after these breaks.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
Mix 99.9, Minot's variety station. Mix puts our personality and music focus on adult women, whether it's the moms at home or at work, to those that are business owners, or the women who have declared 50 is the new 30. Let Mix go to work for you, playing a variety of music from the 80s, 90s, and today, and can be heard on over 2,000 smart devices all across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. We are Mix 99.9, Minot's variety station.
891 hitters coming up for Weed City as the Sabre Dogs lead 1-0 as Xavier Caldwell coming out for his third inning of work as he has been solid so far. As of right now, 2 innings pitched with no earned runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, no hits. First pitch in there, strike 1. Only little foible was a 4-pitch walk to Miles Harris in the bottom of the second. That one foul ball. Make it 0-2. First game for Reagan Doss against the Sabre Dogs this season. As of right now, his batting average sitting at 167. He's just 1 for 6. This is his third game he has started in on the year. Has 1 run, 2 strikeouts, and 1 stolen base. 0-2 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Tried to get him to chase. Didn't bite. Caldwell goes to work from the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Caldwell. Be 1 out. Caldwell, a very fast windup. He'll start with one arm. It'll be his right arm on his side. He'll have his glove near his face with the ball inside, and then he'll quickly grab the ball and then do a very quick 2-step move, lift his leg, and then fire. It's a high knee kick. So Merced comes to the plate. He is 188 on the year. First pitch. In there, strike 1 on the outside corner. This is his 20th game he has started. 13 hits, 69 tries, 10 runs, and 19 Ks. Yesterday was 0 for 3. 3 groundouts. 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air, hit on the infield. Alex Hay trying to make the play, and he will. So a few feet behind the left-handed batter's box for out number 2. That'll bring up Cody Kale, the second baseman for the Whiskey Jacks. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out to lead things off. Cody Kale was 0 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. As of right now, batting .273. 16 runs, leads the team. First pitch, misses for ball 1, and unlike the rest of his teammates, he actually does not strike out too often. In his 20 games he has started, only has 7 strikeouts, 8 stolen bases. He's a solid leadoff hitter. That pitch misses for ball 2. If only they could get some help around him. Much like the Sabre Dogs, they have a couple good hitters, and then after that, lacking in some hitting ability. 2-0, misses up and in for ball 3. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Sabre Dogs lead 1-0. They left 3 stranded in the top of the third. 3-0 pitch. In there, strike 1. Obligatory fastball down the middle. Wind up in the pitch. Now misses inside for the second walk today, allowed by Xavier Caldwell. That'll bring up Jace Bailey, 0 for 1 with a ground out. Whiskey Jacks still have not been able to get a hit against Caldwell so far. Caldwell off the mound, looks at first. Now goes to work from a stretch, staying straight up. Now going to throw over to first. Clintock applying the tag and waiting to see if the runner on first, Cody Kale, steps off and see if he can't do something tricky. Kale once again with 8 stolen bases, second on the team. As that pitch misses for ball 1. On a pitch from Caldwell. In there for strike 1 to even the count. Sabre Dogs will have Alex Hay, Jace Edwards, and Sam Powers coming up. Go back over to first. Clintock applies a tag in there safely. Been playing for almost an hour as the game started a little bit late. Scheduled to start at 7:05, started closer to 7:10. 1-1 pitch. In there, strike 2. Caldwell trying to end this thing. Has just 1 strikeout on the day, trying to get a second right here. Caldwell rests. And delivers. Down on the outside edge, they'll even the count. Bailey stays alive. Bailey is 0 for 14 against the Sabre Dogs this season. Now throw over to first. Has 6 strikeouts. The 2-2 pitch. And another step off by Caldwell. Looking over at first. Kale once again gets his lead. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, got him. That'll end the inning. Send us to the top of the 4th. You've been listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the One Call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
Sabre Dogs lead 1-0 as we move on to the top of the 4th. It'll be Alex Hay, Chase Edwards, and Sam Powers as the halftime Dogs Flying Dish Show is in town here at Brandon. We saw him yesterday in Minot, so it's good to see him once again performing their act. Very, very entertaining. There'll be Charnholm on for another inning of work for the Whiskey Jacks, as he is having a little bit of trouble retiring Sabre Dogs, as he allowed 3 runners aboard and was able to get out of it, but still only can do that so many times before slipping up and allowing a big number. 5 hits allowed for Charnholm at the moment. Also has allowed 1 walk and a hit by pitch. And in the first inning, Philip Childs reached via base hit, and Dennison brought him to second. Childs stole third and then stole home, as Dennison tried to steal second, or tried to get the pickle, so that way Childs could steal home, and he was successful in doing so. Sabre Dogs have 2 more games up here against the Whiskey Jacks, then have a 3-game road trip to Casper, Wyoming for a 3-game road trip there. And they come back home for 3 more games against the Whiskey Jacks, as they have 2 off days sandwiched in between those 3 games. And then they have 2 home games against the Hub City Hotshots on the 29th and 30th of June. And that will be the end of the month. And we'll be on to July with 5 straight games against the Whiskey Jacks to start things off. 2 on the road and then 3 at home. And that will be the last that we see Wheat City. We've seen them quite a few times already, and that will finally be the end of it. As of right now, playing game number 6. So after this week, we'll have 8 games on the books. After next week, it will be 11. And then that will be leading up to 5 more times next week. So 16 games out of the 64. So literally a fourth of their schedule is against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. I'm not quite sure how that came through, but either way, it helps out the Sabre Dogs, because the Whiskey Jacks have not been playing very well, and the Sabre Dogs have been able to prey upon that scenario, as they're 4-1 against a team from Brandon, Manitoba. As we're here at Andrews Field, wind blowing in from right field, or excuse me, rather left field this evening. Not a whole lot of fly balls are going to fly out of the park here tonight. So this will bring up Alex Hay. He's 1 for 1, had a single to lead off things for the Sabre Dogs in the the top of the second. First pitch from Charnholm, works from the stretch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So Hay coming into this game was 4 for 20 with 6 RBI. 1 pitch, breaking ball, misses inside, even the count 1-1. This is Alex Hay's first game against the Whiskey Jacks. 1-1, same pitch, same result, make it 2-1. Pretty small crowd here in Brandon, Manitoba. Andrews Field, 2-1, fouled back, make it 2-2. As compared to the Sabre Dogs attendance. As of right now, the Whiskey Jacks are averaging 391 in attendance. Third to last, as that one is swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 1. Sabre Dogs, as of right now, attendance is at 589 per game, which is right there in the middle. Started towards the top and has slowly creeped down a little bit. West Nebraska is just blowing everyone away in attendance. 1386 per game. That one hit in the air towards center field by Jace Edwards, racing and making the play. And unable to in right field is Reagan Doss. He's going to be able to get 2, going for 3. The throw will be cut off, and he will slide in safely for a 1-out triple. How about Jace Edwards? Continuing on the attendance numbers, Hub City Hotshots currently averaging 702 a game. Didn't have a whole lot during the games when Sabre Dogs were there. That was mainly because those games were on weeknights, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Well, the Tuesday game was rained out and had a doubleheader on Thursday. Thursday night had a pretty good crowd in Aberdeen. And we will not go to Pier this season. They are third in attendance. First pitch to Sam Powers in there for strike one. 0-1 pitch. Now a hit in the air towards right field, and that will be slicing foul out of play. On top of the hitting cage over on right field. Runner on third, one out. A fly ball hit deep enough in the outfield will bring home Jace Edwards. Give the Sabre Dogs a 2-0 lead. This one ripped foul down the third base side. Scooping it up there is Nate Brinzer Mendoza. Haven't seen him in a few days. Would love to get him some more action. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one's slicing foul. And that will be, that will be dropped. As charging over there in right field is Reagan Doss in foul territory. Can't make the play, so it will stay 0-2. Weed City Whiskey Jacks trying to end a 10-game losing streak. Sabre Dogs are trying to build a winning streak of their own. It's right now sitting at 1 game. 0-2 pitch. That one fouled once again down the right field side. Keep it at 0-2. Wilson Rubion on deck. 0-2 pitch. Foul back into the screen, and once again staying alive as Powers. Solid at bat so far. Third baseman Jaden Kay not holding on. Edwards at third as that pitch misses upstairs for ball one. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. He swung on a pitch inside and low, and that will make it 2 outs for Wilson Rubion. That was a big out right there for Colton Sharnholm. Rubion 1 for 1 was caught stealing at second base in the third inning. First pitch to him. Breaking ball in there, strike one on the upper inner portion of the strike zone. Hot shots have Lucas Allen, Keegan Schultz, and Jackson Bacorny coming up. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball flared into left field, and that will be in there for a base hit. And that will score a run. That one hung forever, and it was Robbie Merced trying to track it down with Bacorny, and the left fielder, and Bailey, the center fielder, trying to chase it down, and now a throw into the infield gets past everyone, and Rubion's going to advance via an error. And he's going to be granted third base because of an out of play. Wow, that's quite the series of events right there for the Sabre Dogs, and that will make it 2-0. So that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Philip Childs. 1 for 2. A run, 2 stolen bases, and a flyout. First pitch. That one misses for ball one. 6 hits for the Sabre Dogs as they lead 2-0 in the top of the fourth. 1-0 pitch. That one grounded at the third baseman. Kay, throw to first. Nice scoop by Keegan Schultz, and he makes the play for out number 3. Sabre Dogs get another run thanks to an RBI single from Wilson Rubion. He advanced to third from an out of play. So the Dogs lead it 2-0. We will send it to the bottom of the fourth coming up after these messages.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
Coming up for the Whiskey Jacks, it will be the 3-4-5 hitters. Leading off, it will be Lucas Allen, 0 for 1 with a ground out. Xavier Caldwell comes out once again for the Sabre Dogs, going out for his 4th frame. Allen went 0 for 3 yesterday. Batting average sitting at 304. That one in there for strike 1. Whiskey Jacks have a lot of questions to be answered on the season, trying to figure things out their first year as a team. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Really just not a whole lot going right for this team so far. And you really root for them to do well. I mean, of course, you don't want them to beat your team, but at the same time, you want these teams to thrive and integrate them into the league as quickly as possible. 0-2 pitch. Outside, make it 1-2. And it's kind of nice for the Sabre Dogs playing them as many times as they are, just because they can get used to playing against a new team and possibly build another rivalry. 1-2 pitch. Hit high in the air towards right field, slicing, and that will be fouled out of play. Sam Powers racing over there in right field. Count is now 1-2. Xavier Caldwell looking for his 2nd win of the season. Currently a record of 1-1 with a 3.22 ERA. Best on the team amongst starting pitchers. This one hit up the middle, and that will be the first base hit of the day for the Whiskey Jacks. Lucas Allen is aboard with nobody out, with cleanup hitter Keegan Schultz coming up. Again, leads the team with 13 RBI. Schultz 4 for 14 against the Sabre Dogs. 2 runs, 1 RBI, and 5 strikeouts. Allen has 1 stolen base on the air. Is that pitch in there for strike 1? It's the first base for the Whiskey Jacks. Caldwell sets and delivers. That one in the dirt, even the count 1-1. Fans are a reminder to come out to historic Corbett Field on July 15th for the Fan Fest, which will entail the 2019 Expedition League Home Run Derby with lots of food and family fun for all ages. And then on July 16th, come out for the main event, the 2019 Expedition League All-Star Game. Throw over to first, check on the runner. Clintock flies tag. Safely in there. Count still 1-1 to Schultz. Here's the pitch. Now it hit into right field, and that will be in there for another base hit. So back-to-back singles for Lucas Allen and Keegan Schultz, and the Whiskey Jacks are in business with the leading run. Coming up to the plate will be Jackson Picorni. Minot State player. Evansville, Indiana. Now a quick mound meeting with Alex Hay. Take a look at some of the scores around the league real quick as we have time. Big Sticks lead the move 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Pioneers lead the Hot Shots 5-1 on the road in the bottom of the 5th. And the Sasquatch and the Horsehead scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd. And the Trappers and the Sodbusters game has already been postponed to a later date. Here's the first pitch. Trying to bunt, and that one's upstairs for ball 1. Trying to get Lucas Allen over to third base. Possibly get both runners in scoring position. 1-0. That one misses upstairs once again. We'll make it 2-0. Caldwell, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks so far today. Also 2 hits. Both of those have come in this inning. 2-0 pitch is McCorney wants bunt. Now throw over to second, and the umpire just barely getting out of the way, and Mason Dennison had to stick his glove out and stab at it, and he did, and that was almost a disaster for the Sabre Dogs. 2-0 pitch. That one misses for ball 3. Three-0 pitch. Lets that one go. Be another 4-pitch walk. Now have the bases loaded for Miles Harris. Harris, in his first plate appearance, walked in the 2nd inning and was left stranded. So nearly flawless first 3 innings for Xavier Caldwell. Just 2 walks and no hits allowed, and now he's allowed 2 hits and a walk. As the bases loaded with no outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Leading runner at first, tying runner at second. As that pitch misses for ball 1. Mason Dennison wants to talk with the infield on the mound, talk how they want to keep these runners in check, do as little damage as possible. Take a look at the standings once again for the Lewis division. It is the Badlands Big Sticks currently just wiping the floor with everyone with a record of 18-5 and a 6-game winning streak, the best team in the league at the moment. Sabre Dogs are 5.5 games out. Pure Trappers are in 3rd at 10-12, 7.5 games out. Hub City Hot Shots 9-12, 8 games out, and Wheat City 5-17, 10-game losing streak, 12.5 games out. As for the Clark division, West Nebraska leads with a 15-4 record. Spearfish Sasquatch 2 games back after losing 2 straight games. Casper Horseheads are in 3rd at 9-12, 7 games back. Fremont Moo are 7-13, 8.5 games back. And in last are the Hastings Sodbusters, 7-14, 9 games back. They have won 2 games in a row, however, as they will not play today, as they had their game rained out against the Trappers. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses up and away for ball 2. So 6 straight balls for Caldwell. Nate Brenzer Mendoza warming up for the Sabre Dogs in the bullpen. 2-0 pitch. Misses for ball 3. So Caldwell sets, takes a deep breath, and delivers. And back-to-back 4-pitch walks, and that will get the Whiskey Jacks on the board. And it's not the Whiskey Jacks that's beating Xavier Caldwell, it's Caldwell beating himself up right now. So 2 walks and 2 hits, all consecutively, to start the 4th inning for Wheat City, with the tying runner on 3rd, leading runner on 2nd. Is now 2-1. First pitch. This is upstairs to Jaden Kay. Kay is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. That one in there. Get the count even. Comes the 1-1 count, bases loaded, nobody out. That one hitting the left field, now dropping there for a base hit, and that will tie the game. Throw in home will be in there as recording is held at third. So an RBI single for Jaden Kay. And the bases will remain loaded. That was Kay's second RBI, rather 8th RBI of the season. First pitch in there, strike one to Reagan Doss. Doss is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That was back in the 3rd inning. Just 1 for 7 on the season. That one misses, and that will even up the count at 1-1. So a tied game here at Andrews Field in Brandon, Manitoba. Sabre Dogs got out to a 1-0 lead thanks to No Child stealing home. And then an RBI single in the 4th by Wilson Rubion. And 2 runs here in response from the Whiskey Jacks. That one fouled out of play. Both teams are wearing baby blue, but the Sabre Dogs baby blue is a little bit lighter than the Whiskey Jacks, as they have the navy blue sleeves the Whiskey Jacks do. Also wearing their white pants and navy hats. Sabre Dogs have their gray pants and gray hats. 2-1 from Caldwell. In the dirt, make it 3-1. So 11 of Zay's last 12 pitches have been outside the strike zone. Pitch, this one a little blooper towards right field, and that will be caught. What a catch! Throw over to first, there's nobody there. And that will advance all the runners, including one guy coming to score. I can see why that was confusing, because you got a guy in baby blue over there, and assuming that the runner, Bo McClintock is on at first, and he came to back up the throw home. So that'll be an RBI sac fly, I guess, is what they're going to call it. And that will give the Whiskey Jacks a 3-2 lead. So Miles Harris is on at third, and Jaden Kay is on at second. Jaden Kay had to hustle to get back to first. That play. First pitch. Misses for ball 1 as Robbie Merced comes to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. Tried to get a bunt down, and the pitch was up at his eyeballs. Caldwell working from the stretch. Takes a deep breath and unwinds. That one in there will even the count at 1-1. Sabre Dogs trying to get out of the jam here. Xavier Caldwell still on the mound. Nate Brenzer Mendoza on the throwing in the bullpen as of right now. That pitch in there for a strike. Throw back to second. It would have been in time, but Dennison dropped the ball as it gets kicked to Josh Pano. Fortunately, that didn't go in the outfield. Count now 1-2 for Robbie Merced. Just one out here in the bottom of the 4th. Sabre Dogs now trail 3-2 to the Weed City Whiskey Jacks. That one in the dirt. This is away. It'll even the count at 2-2. Merced goes to Fort Scott Community College in Fort Scott, Kansas. 2-2 pitch, fouled back. It'll stay 2-2. Same conference as Raymond Farrell and Jared Hazeldine's school, Coffeyville Community College, which is my old stomping grounds. Two and two pitch. It's a blooper towards right field. It's slicing foul, and it will get down in foul territory, and it will stay 2-2 once again. Next home game for the Sabre Dogs will be next Tuesday, a week from today, against these same Whiskey Jacks. 7-5 first pitch. Be sure to not miss it. Caldwell working from the stretch. Could work from the windup if he wants to, besides to go from the stretch. 2-2, misses upstairs. Will make the count full. Here comes the payoff pitch from Xavier Caldwell. And another walk for Caldwell to load the bases. As you just joining us, 2 singles to lead off the bottom of the fourth and 2 walks. Another single, a sac fly to right field, and then a walk. And now head coach Corey Thompson will collect the ball from Xavier Caldwell, and that will be it for him as he goes 3 1/3 innings. And it will be Nate Brenzer-Mendoza coming out for what should be another long relief outing here at Andrews Field. He went 7 innings 2 Wednesdays ago. We'll see how far he can go here tonight as he's got some work to do with bases loaded and 1 out. We'll be right back as he warms up.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
iHeartRadio.
910 AM KCJB is Minot's Heritage AM full-service information station, supported by the classic country favorites. KCJB listeners are ranchers and farmers and business owners. From egg reports and markets to compelling information, we are 910 AM KCJB, home of the Minnesota Twins, Minot State, and Minot High Sports. We are 910 AM KCJB, Minot's news and information station.
So Nate Brenzer-Mendoza comes into the game for the Sabre Dogs. As of right now, he's 1-1 with a 4.11 ERA, 5 games pitched, 7 runs allowed, 15 1/3 innings pitched with 13 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 11 hits with an .091 whip. Let's see if he can get out of the jam here. He's got bases loaded with 1 out to Cody Kale, the second baseman, who is 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Cloud covering the sun here in Brandon, Manitoba over Andrews Field. 8:30 here as that one is fouled to the Whiskey Jacks dugout for strike 1. Zay Caldwell's day is done, and he finishes with 3 1/3 innings with, as of right now, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 3 hits. Here is the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, even the count 1-1. Caldwell was responsible for all 3 runners on base. comes the 1-1 pitch from Brenzer Mendoza, getting the signal he wants. From catcher Alex Hay, and now stepping out of the batter's box is Kale. So Miles Harris reached via walk. Jaden Kay got an RBI single, and Robbie Merced got on via a walk. Last plate appearance until right now. Here's the 1-1. Hit in the air, that will stay in on the infield in foul territory. Once again, Alex Hay making the play, and he will make the catch for out number 2, and that's a big one right there. It's now 2 down for the Whiskey Jacks. That'll bring up Jace Bailey, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Sabre Dogs can get out of this trailing just by 1. That'll be a huge relief if they could pull that off. From the stretch, here comes the first pitch. That one is hit at the second baseman, Pano, and he boots it, picks it up, and throw over to first, not in time. He could have thrown to first as soon as he picked it up, but instead he looked at second first for some reason. And that's going to be an error by Josh Pano. That's just an instance of not knowing where you are. As that will make it 4-2. And that will be an unearned run charged to Xavier Caldwell. That'll bring up Lucas Allen. He's 1 for 2 and started this whole mess. Second at bat of the inning. Hit in the air, they'll be fouled out of play for strike 1. The Sabre Dogs will have Mason Dennison, Chauncey Callier, and Bo McClintock coming up, the 2, 3, 4 hitters. On pitch. Misses low, even up the count. Bases still loaded for Nate Brenzer Mendoza. In there for strike 2 to make the count 1-2. Whiskey Jacks have put a 4 spot up on the board here in the bottom of the 4th as they lead 4-2 over the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. Time called. Been playing for about 90 minutes now. So we're almost halfway through this game. One-two pitch, misses, even the count, 2-2. Brenzer Mendoza had a 7-inning relief outing a week ago, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago from tomorrow with 9 strikeouts. There's a hit in the air towards left center. And that will be caught by Wilson Rubion for out number 3. But the damage has been done. Whiskey Jacks put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the 4th. We'll move to the top of the 5th coming up after these messages.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true North Dakota experience.
The Sabre Dogs will come up with their 2-3-4 hitters. Lead off with Mason Dennison, who was 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. He was caught in a pickle in the first inning and was stranded on third in the third inning. Shortstop for the Sabre Dogs has really been putting in work trying to carry the load of making up for some of his missed time after his injury that occurred 2 weeks ago tomorrow. Now batting .291 on the season, 16 hits and 55 tries. In his 15 games, he has started with 5 doubles, a triple, 1 home run, 5 RBI. Now it's it well towards left field. Backing up is the left fielder Picorni, and that will be caught at the track for out number 1. When blowing in from the left field fence, just a little bit. And that will bring up Chauncey Collier, who was 0 for 1 with the flyout and a walk. 1 for 3 yesterday with a single. Wasn't able to do a whole lot. So he's got some, he's got to make up for it here today. Shouldn't say he has to, but he most likely will, just considering how well he's playing this season. First pitch in there, strike 1. That was on the lower portion of the strike zone. So 1 out, nobody on for Collier. 0-1 pitch in the dirt, even the count. Sabre Dogs trail 4-2 after giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th, as Xavier Caldwell is done for the day, giving up 4 runs. 3 of them were earned. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It count 1-2. Breaking ball was ahead of it. And Caldwell will try to stay alive here, behind in the count. One and 2 pitch. Outside, even up the count. Make it 2-2. Sabre Dogs are 6-3 on the road, 3-0 here in Brandon. 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air towards center field, and that will be caught by the charging Regan Doss for out number 2. That will bring up Bo McClintock. 0 for 1 has been beaned 3 times in the last 2 games. Didn't play yesterday, but played on Sunday. He was 0 for 2 with 2 hit by pitches. First one misses for ball 1. Bo was 4 for 17 against the Hot Shots. Check swing. Didn't go around. It'll be ball 2. 4 for 17 with 4 runs and had all of his 6 RBI against the Hot Shots with 5 strikeouts. Trying to continue his hot streak here. Adding .235 on the season. The 1-1 pitch. Hit well towards left field. And that will be over the head and off the wall of Jackson McCorney, and he will be in there safely with a 2-out double. See, the Sabre Dogs can't capitalize with the runner in scoring position with Josh Pano coming to the plate. Batting 5th this evening for the Sabre Dogs. He's over 2 with 2 flyouts. First pitch. That one misses for ball 1. Red Sox and Twins are at it in the Twin Cities. As of right now, tied 1-1, bottom of the 5th. It's a big series for the Twins, who are trying to the number 1 seed in the American League. There with the Astros. This one is hit at the shortstop, who's playing back as Robbie Merced makes a play for out number 3. So another man stranded for the Sabre Dogs, and they continue to trail 4-2 to the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th coming up after these messages.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
And Brenzer Mendoza back on the bump for the Sabre Dogs as we move on to the 5th inning. And it will be Keegan Schultz leading us off with Jackson McCourty on deck and Miles Harris in the hole. So they'll face the heart of the order. Take a look at some of the other scores around the American League. Astros currently trail the Cincinnati Reds, who upset the Astros yesterday. They're in the top of the 7th. Reds lead 3-1. Tigers lead the Pirates 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Rays lead the Yankees on the road 2-1 in the top of the 5th. Indians blowing out the Rangers 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th. The White Sox and the Cubs tied 1-1 in the top of the 6th. And that is all the AL games going on right now as this ball is hit in the air, and that will be out of play for a strike. One game finalized today. That was the Angels and the Blue Jays, in which the team from LA won 3-1. Phillies and Nats were postponed. We got the Royals and Mariners coming up at 9:10. O's and A's coming up at 9:07. And the Giants and Dodgers at 9:10. That one should be interesting. That rivalry always coming up with great games as that pitch misses for ball 1 to even the count. Schultz is 1 for 2 with a run. The pitch from Brenton Mendoza, ripped foul down the third base side. Sabre Dogs trying to come up with a comeback win here on the road at Andrews Field in Brandon, Manitoba. And now Schultz wants time. He backs off and takes a couple practice swings. Some jackets being broken out here as we approach the 9 o'clock hour. So it's going to get a little chilly here. Temperature in the low 60s. 1-2. In the dirt. Make it 2-2, even the count. Now a quick mound visit. Once again, take a look at the scores around the Expedition League. Badlands and Fremont are tied 2-2 in the bottom of the 6th. That game being played in Dickinson. Hub City trails at home 5-2 against Western Nebraska. Spearfish leads 2-0 at Casper. And Pierre and Hastings is postponed. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away down the first base side, and we'll do that again. Sabre Dogs trying to stay undefeated here at Andrews Field, currently 3-0. Swept them last week, 2 weeks ago, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Sabre Dogs are 1-1 against them at Corbett Field. First game being on May 25th. Game on 24th was rescheduled to yesterday as that ball's in the dirt. Make the count 3-2. Good at bat here so far by Keegan Schultz. one of the more consistent hitters for the Whiskey Jacks. Leads the team in RBI. Second on the team in runs with 15. And also leads the team in hits with 22. He has played in every single game so far for the Whiskey Jacks. Mendoza kicks the dirt off the mound and gets set to work from the windup. 3-2 pitch. Foul back and will once again do it again. Just about a little over a third of the way through this season, game number 23 for the Sabre Dogs. 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4, gets away from Alex Hay. He'll pick it up and make sure that Keegan Schultz is around first and do something tricky. So Jackson McCorney now comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a run, a walk, and a ground out. Once again, the Whiskey Jacks are in business. Hoping that Brenzer Mendoza can once again go the distance. First pitch. In there, strike 1 to Picorni. Miles Harris is on deck. Brenzer Mendoza sets, looks at first, and delivers. That one inside, gets away from Hay. And that will advance the runner. He rounds around second, and he will stay there. Takes a big round. So that will be a wild pitch. So now runner in scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th, as the game has really slowed down. It's going by pretty quick in the first 3 innings. And that 4 spot by the Whiskey Jacks definitely slowed things down. 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. $16 games in 18 days for the Sabre Dogs so far. 2-1 pitch. It's a bunt. That will be picked up by Brenzer Mendoza. Throw to first. In time by a half step, and I think McClintock got stepped on. And I don't think he's going to be happy about that. He'll walk it off as Corey Thompson will come out onto the field and check up on him, make sure everything is okay. Schultz advances to third. Nice play by Brenzer Mendoza to get that throw over there in time. And as for McClintock, they'll check him out. Looks like he is okay. Just gives him a little bit more time to walk it out. That's dangerous for both parties involved, because Picorni could have snapped his ankle on top of McClintock's foot. Dusty Kearns, the assistant coach for the Whiskey Jacks, talking to McClintock and making sure that he's okay. First pitch. In there, strike 1 to Miles Harris. Goes to Laney Community College from Antioch, California. Brenzer Mendoza steps off. Looks at the runner at third. Keegan Schultz gets his lead. Edwards drifting towards the bag as that pitch in the dirt. Will even the count, 1-1. Still just 1 out. Brenzer Mendoza not happy. Slaps his glove at the ball. See if he can get mentally ready to go here for this next pitch. Brenzer Mendoza, a huge San Francisco sports fan. 1-1 pitch. This will grab a foul. Loves the Giants, the 49ers, Warriors. As of right now, he's a suffering Giants fan. I mean, can't complain too much. They've won 3 World Series in span of 5 years. Some call that a dynasty. I wouldn't call it quite a dynasty because they had a lot of turnover. They turned over a lot of players. Not a whole lot of players played in all 3 World Series. That pitch in the dirt. Make it 2-2. 49ers are probably going to have a pretty good year in the NFC West. Should be a pretty tough division with the Rams and the Seahawks. Get Jimmy Garoppolo back, and it should be all right this upcoming season. I got football in my mind. I apologize. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 2. I'll bring up Jaden Kay. That was a big out right there for Brenzer Mendoza, as avoids the opportunity for a sac fly. Jaden Kay had an RBI single in the 4th inning and a fly out in the 2nd. First pitch in there, strike 1. As Brenzer Mendoza goes to school at Portland, part of the West Coast Conference. A couple players from St. Mary's on the Sabre Dogs, also in the West Coast Conference. Check swing, didn't go around, even the count 1-1. Now steps off, wipes his hand, and pitcher from Santa Cruz, California will once again go back to work. One pitch. Breaking ball, misses upstairs, make it 2-1. 7 hits for the Sabre Dogs, just 2 runs, and only 3 hits for the Whiskey Jacks with their 4 runs. Sabre Dogs have committed 2 errors compared to Wheat City's 1. 2-1 pitch, hit well into left field, and Childs is there. Hit a little bit too well, as they say. That will end the inning. So the Sabre Dogs don't give up a run, but allow a few runners on. We'll send it to the top of the 6th. It will be Alex Hay, Jace Edwards, and Sam Powers coming up next.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
Planet Pizza has become Minot's premier party location. Whether it's a birthday, team, family, school, or church get-together, they have everything to make your event out of this world. From arcade games to bouncy houses, they provide fun for all ages. Planet Pizza has been Minot's best pizza place for over 20 years. Don't let the fun fool you. Their pizza is fresh and delicious every time. To book a party or to order, call 701-852-1700. The Sleep in Minot is the #1 favorite place to stay when visiting. The Wi-Fi is always free and the breakfast is always hot and delicious. It's also the most convenient hotel for the kids when they want to hang out at the Dakota Splashdown Water Park. For the grown-ups, the hotel is attached to the Dakota Square Mall so you can shop till you drop. Then in the evening, be sure and stop in at the best-kept secret lounge for a drink. The Sleep in Minot is a proud sponsor of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, the largest sleep in North America, where everyone dreams better.
Christian Arias, the new pitcher for the Whiskey Jacks, and as of right now, Arias 0-1 in 5 games, 1 start. Has allowed 18 earned runs. Has an ERA of 8.53 in 19 innings. 10 strikeouts, just 2 walks, but 36 hits, which is the second most in the entire league. Has a whip of 2. So definitely could be having a better year. Goes also by Christian Quick. So the Sabre Dogs, it'll be Alex Hay, who's already got a hit. He got a single in the 2nd inning. And Jace Edwards on deck, and Sam Powers in the hole. Sabre Dogs trail 4-2 here at Andrews Field in Brandon, Manitoba. We'll be here for the next couple of days. Then after Thursday, they'll head for Casper, Wyoming. Take on the Casper Horseheads for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series, and they'll head back home on Monday. So they'll get their first off day in 2 weeks. They were scheduled an off day yesterday, but they had a makeup game versus the Whiskey Jacks that was rained out on opening night, May 24th. And they also have an off day on the 28th, so they have 2 off days next week, one on Monday and one on Friday. And then they don't have an off day until the day after the All-Star game, July 17th. So the All-Star game will be at beautiful historic Corbett Field on July 16th with FanFest on July 15th, so be sure not to miss that. Gotta pack that place full. First pitch misses for ball 1, up and away. A pitch from Arias. That one misses for ball 2. Again, just 2 walks so far this year in 5 appearances, 19 innings for Arias. He sets and delivers. Fouled. That was just barely tipped, and it'll go to the dugout of the Whiskey Jacks, picked up by one of the players for the Whiskey Jacks. Make it 2-1. Foul back into the screen. It will stay 1-2. He steps in. Again, got a hit back in the 2nd inning. Left on base, 2-2 pitch. In there, strike 3. Got him looking. That'll bring up Jace Edwards. Had a triple his 2nd time up. Back in the 4th inning, came around to score thanks to an RBI single by Wilson Rubion. That was their last run. First pitch from Arias. Breaking ball misses upstairs for ball 1. Check swing. Didn't matter. Pitch was in there for a strike. Even the count at 1-1. In the air towards right field. Doss coming over to make the play. And he will have it for out number 2. So Arias pitched against the Sabre Dogs back on May 30th, in which it was his first and only start. He went 6 1/3 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, 7 hits, and got 6 strikeouts after facing 27 batters. That was his first and only start. I'll bring up Sam Powers with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. First pitch, breaking ball, and there's strike 1. Powers over 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. Resting at the top of his stretch. Pitch. Misses for ball 1. If there was a runner on, that would be a balk as he's staying at the top of his motion. Stays there for about a half second. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That time not sitting there at the top of his form, and count 1-2. Powers takes a practice swing and steps back in. Here's the pitch. That one fouled. On the first base side, it'll stay 1-2. Hot Shots have the 891 hitters, Reagan Doss, Robbie Merced, and Cody Kale coming up. We're at the 9 o'clock hour. We've been playing for a couple hours here. That one grounded fair. Down the third base side fair. Past Jaden Kay, he'll go for 2, and he will have a stand-up double with 2 outs. So runner in scoring position, the tying run comes to plate. It is Wilson Rubion, who is 2 for 2 with an RBI single in the 4th and a single in the 3rd. First pitch. In there, strike 1. Nobody warming up in either bullpen. Spencer Mendoza most likely coming back out for his 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, even the count 1-1. .328 to the poles and 400 dead straightaway center. That one misses. Ball 2. Interesting that here in Canada they have the walls measured in feet and not meters. You would likely see at most ballparks in the great country of Canada. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Now misses for ball 3. Powers getting a big lead over there at second. Trying to mess with Arias' head. Powers with 3 stolen bases on the year. That one in there to make the count full. 2 outs. Runner on second here in the top of the 6th. Sabre Dogs trail 4-2. Wilson Rubion at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play down the third base side. We'll do that again. Arias getting the signal. Now sets and delivers. This one grounded down the first base side to the pitcher Arias. He boots it. Underhand over to first. And that is in time for the 3rd out by a hair. That was a fortunate play there for Christian Arias. So we will send it to the bottom of the 6th. It will be the 891 hitters coming up for Wheat City. We'll be right back after these messages.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007. Spencer Mendoza on for yet another inning of work, and we will see how far they push him. So you have a couple of guys thrown over there near the
third base line down in left field towards the dugout, but that's just Philip Childs getting warmed up over there. So it will be Reagan Doss, Robbie Merced, and Cody Cale, the 8-9 one-hitters, coming up as we are about to finish the third time through the hitting order for the Whiskey Jacks. Sabre Dogs coming to this one 12-10, trying to add to the Whiskey Jacks' 10-game losing streak that has built up over the past week and a half. Whiskey Jacks 12.5 games out of first place. Sabre Dogs 5.5 games out in second place in the Lewis division. So Reagan Doss is 0 for 2 with an RBI sac fly. If that's what you want to call it. As what happened was it was a nice diving play by Sam Powers. His first pitch is a swing and a miss for strike one. He then got up and tried to throw the runner out at first. Problem is, there's nobody over there. And wearing the baby blue jersey was the man who was on first, Jaden Kay. And he had to dive back, and he stood up and noticed that there was no one there, and he headed for second. Is that pitch in the dirt? I think we got 1-1. It's an unfortunate series of events for the Sabre Dogs. One pitch. That one misses for ball 2. Count is now 2-1. Spencer Mendoza works from the windup. Here's the pitch. And the dirt, ball 3 coming up. 3 hits, 4 runs for the Whiskey Jacks. 8 hits, 2 runs for the Sabre Dogs. Committed 2 errors. Whiskey Jacks have committed just 1. First of a 3-game series here at Andrews Field in Brandon, Manitoba. 3-1 pitch. And the dirt for ball 4. So Mendoza starts ahead in the count 0-1 and then pitches 4 straight balls. That'll bring up Robbie Merced. Merced 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout to the catcher. Doss over there at first. He has 1 stolen base in his 2 games he's played so far this season. Looking over at first. Doss with a sizable lead. Here's the pitch. Getting the bunt down. Beautiful bunt down the first base side, and he will tag out the runner at first. The runner will advance to second. That was no more than maybe a foot away from the line. That'll bring up the 4th time through the hitting order. Leading off is Cody Cale, second baseman for the Whiskey Jacks. 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts and a walk. Are in scoring position with 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Sabre Dogs trail 4-2. First pitch hit into left center field, and that will be caught by the charging Philip Childs for out number 2. Got a great jump on that play. Childs started a little bit rough in his first game against Sabre Dogs, especially in the field as he allowed 2 errors, but since then he hasn't allowed a single error. And he has been pretty solid for the Sabre Dogs at the plate, batting .263 coming into today. He's been a nice addition to the team as he's starting his 10th game. Here's Jace Bailey now at the plate. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss on a foul tip. Strike 1. He's 0 for 3. Reached via an error in the 4th inning. Struck out and grounded out. Back at second is Brenzer Mendoza. Backing off is Dennison, the shortstop. And that one misses to even the count at 1-1. Lucas Allen on deck if necessary for the Whiskey Jacks. Coming up for the Sabre Dogs, it will be top of the order. Philip Childs, Mason Dennison, and Chauncey Callier. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one fouled out of play down the third base side. I'll make it 1-2. Whiskey Jacks just batting .224 as a team this season. Batted .097 yesterday, 3 for 31. And on the season against the Sabre Dogs, they're batting .192, 28 for 146. 44 Ks. Now I'll throw back to second, and that one is in time, and they get the pickoff play. Great job by Mason Dennis as he fist bumps Spencer Mendoza, and that will end the inning. So that will send us to the top of the 7th. Sabre Dogs, 1, 2, 3 coming up after the break.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text El Azteca as one word to 21777. El Azteca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show, and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
Christian Arias back out on the mound for the Whiskey Jacks as they lead 4-2 over the Sabre Dogs. Coming up for Service Valley, it will be Philip Childs, Mason Dennison, and Chauncey Calliers. We'll take a look at some of the scores around the league. Badlands and Big Stick still tied, but both teams have gained an additional 2 runs, so it's now 4-4 in the top of the 8th. In the bottom of the 8th is West Nebraska and Hub City as the Pioneers lead 5-2 over the Hot Shots on the road. Casper Horseheads lead at home against the Spearfish Sasquatch 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th, and the Pier Trappers and the Hastings Sodbusters postponed and rescheduled to a later date. So Childs, 1 for 3 on the day with a run and 2 stolen bases, including stealing home in the first inning. First pitch in there, strike 1. Sun's starting to set. Shadow is starting to become a little bit of a factor for Jaden Kay, Robbie Merced, and Jackson McCorney, the third baseman, shortstop, and left fielder. This one fly ball towards right field. Reagan Doss coming in, and he will have it for out number 1. He put it in the right spot, just hung a little bit too much. That'll bring up Mason Dennison, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a flyout. Got stranded on first, and he got stranded on third. Correction, he wasn't stranded on first. He got thrown out in a pickle, trying to go back to first. A part of a double steal with Philip Childs that was successful. First pitch to Dennison. He doesn't even put his bat on his shoulders. He watches it. He's outside for ball 1. And now Dennison wants time. And Grant Hamilton has something to say with the home plate umpire. And Mason Dennison calling time there, and Grant Hamilton not happy about something here. So a reminder, the Sabre Dogs and the Weed City Whiskey Jacks will play at Corbett Field on June 25th through the 27th. Will be the next home stand for the Sabre Dogs. Be sure to get your tickets today. And Dennison wants another time. This time, Arias wasn't even really set. Just trying to mess with Arias' head. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Mason Dennison, the 6'4" pitcher from West Florida, as he stands high on top of his stance and sits there, and Mason does not like that as that pitch in there for a strike to even the count. One pitch. Now a double clutch leg kick, and that one in there for strike 2. And Mason really not happy now. So Arias trying to flip the reverse card and mess with Dennison's head. Here's the 1-2 pitch coming up. Now kind of a quick pitch and a swing and a miss, strike 3 as he didn't set from the stretch. And I mean, there's nobody on, so he's allowed to do that. And he is not happy heading over to the dugout. So 2 outs now for Chauncey Callier. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk and 2 flyouts. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Again, doesn't set when he brings the ball into his glove. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses for ball 2. He has multiple different uses of his stretch, which is definitely can be very confusing. Very reminiscent of a Johnny Cueto type, who instead of the stretch, it's the windup. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Johnny Cueto, when he is in his windup, he'll take a big long turn and have his back facing the plate and then come whip around. Sometimes he'll do it very quickly. Sometimes he won't even turn around at all. He just has a bunch of different variances of his windup. 2-1, fouled. Oh no, that's right on the line, and it will end up being foul. It straddles the line for a few seconds. Make the count 2-2. Whiskey Jacks have Jace Bailey, Lucas Allen, and Keegan Schultz coming up, as Jace Bailey will be able to finish his at bat after a pickoff move ended the inning. Sabre Dogs trail 4-2 here in the top of the 7th. Nobody aboard with 2 out. Here's a 2-2. This one grounded foul down the third base side into the Sabre Dogs bullpen. That's what you want to call it. It's just a bench over there in foul territory. Once again, here's a 2-2. Callier stands in, waits the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Callier down on strikes for the first time in 3 days. And that will end the inning. We'll send it to the bottom of the 7th as we will stretch and be back after these messages.
Trinity Health is a nonprofit healthcare system serving northwest and central North Dakota and eastern Montana. With a care hospital in Minot, more than 40 specialties, several rural health clinics, and a long-term facility, Trinity provides a full complement of healthcare services to the region. Since 1922, they have been committed to looking ahead and improving in ways that provide the best, most compassionate care for their patients, families, and communities. Trinity Health, where their mission is, being committed to preserving and improving the quality of health to the people they serve. Know what's below. Call before you dig. Whether you call 811 or use ITIC to file your locate requests, North Dakota One Call makes sure you're able to navigate the one call process as easy as possible. Whether you're a professional contractor working on a project or a novice homeowner just installing a fence, contact us every time you dig to ensure no underground lines are damaged. It's easy, and it's the law. Dig safe.
2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the Whiskey Jacks. As this part of the order is what got the whole scoring run started in the 4th inning. It was Lucas Allen, the 3rd hitter, who led off with a single, and then that followed with another single. 2 walks, a single, RBI, sac fly, and then a walk. And then Brenzer Mendoza came in and was able to shut down the Whiskey Jacks after allowing one unearned run, excuse me. Here comes the first pitch to Jace Bailey. Fouled out of play. Up and over the fence. Here's Here's the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt. Gets past Alex Hay. Will even the count. One pitch. In there, strike 2. Was on the upper portion of the strike zone. Brenzer Mendoza, 2 2/3 innings. 2 walks, a strikeout, no earned runs, and no hits. 1-2 pitch. Some fouled. That'll make it. They'll keep it at 1-2, rather. Got a fan on the first base side with a blanket. I mean, it's 60 degrees out. Come on now. So one misses the dirt, even the count at 2-2. For me, you don't break out the blanket till it's like 45 degrees or lower. I mean, even 45 is a little bit liberal. Like it's got to be cold for you to break out that blanket. Come on now. Here's a 2-2 pitch, Jace Bailey. Hit up the middle to the shortstop, Dennison. Doesn't make a good play on it, and he boots it off the tip of his glove, and Dennison, after being struck out in the last inning, commits an error to start the bottom of the 7th. Definitely some stuff going on with Dennison after that, during that strikeout. Definitely some words possibly being exchanged. Dennison was not happy with the way that Arias was pitching, with a couple quick pitches and stopping and stuttering on the mound and doing all sorts of stuff. Runner goes, pitch misses, throw down to second. It will be not in time. And once again, the Sabre Dogs unable to throw out a runner who attempts to steal. So they have not been able to get a runner stealing yet this season. Count is 1-0 now to Allen. Backing off is Payno. This one hit into the gap into left field for a base hit. And the runner will advance to third. Our runners on the corners now. I'll bring up Keegan Schultz, cleanup hitter for the Whiskey Jacks. He's 1 for 2, single, a run, a walk, and a ground out. We got runners on the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Sabre Dogs trail 4-2. First pitch. In there for strike 1. Reminder that the Sabre Dogs are a little bit short-handed. They have a few guys staying back trying to get healthy. They'll re-meet with the team in Casper. Back over to first. Here are the reserves for the Sabre Dogs. Nick Mastoni, Hunter Holland, Luke Quick, Drew Pollum, Tyler Courtney, Bruce Taylor, Jason Mapston, Hunter Brenzer Mendoza, Caden Kalber, Chase Grillo, Lonnie Morris, George Loxtercamp, Bradley Spooner, and Hunter Rubidoux. Is that pitch in there for strike 2? On the stretch, here is the 0-2. That one misses for ball 1. Checking up on the runner at first, Lucas Allen, who got a pretty large secondary lead and faked trying to steal second. Could possibly attempt to do that double steal that the Sabre Dogs pulled off in the first inning. Here's the 1-2. Into left field. Now be over the leaping Mason Dennison for an RBI single. So runner will advance to second. Whiskey Jacks now lead 5-2. Whiskey Jacks well on their way to snap their 10-game losing streak. They now lead by 3 in the bottom of the 7th with runners on first and second. Nobody out for Jackson Picorni, left fielder for the Whiskey Jacks. First pitch, outside, ball 1. There's a pitch from Brenzer Mendoza. This one hit in the air towards the left field line. That'll be foul, out of play. Caden Kalber warming up for the Sabre Dogs over in the bullpen. He's appeared in 1 game so far. Went for 2 innings, he gave up 2 earned runs. Here's the 1-1. Foul back into the screen. Make it 1-2. Miles Harris on deck. And Jaden Kay in the hole for the Whiskey Jacks. Runners on first and second still with nobody out. This one grounded foul. Just got a little piece of that. Keep it at 1-2. Sabre Dogs undefeated here at Andrews Field this season, 3-0. Swept them 2 weeks ago. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Route number 1. Strikeout number 2 for Brenzer Mendoza. Still got some work to do. Miles Harris comes to the plate. He is 0 for 1. 2 walks, a run, and a strikeout. First pitch in there for strike 1. Nobody holding the runners on. Brenzer Mendoza sets, looks back at second, double take. Long look over there, and now delivers. Check swing. And he did go. Make it 0-2. That was pretty obvious, but the home plate umpire wanted to check with the second base umpire. We have a 3-umpire crew here this evening. Usually limited to just 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Allen misses upstairs, make it 1-2. Back at second. Nissen backs off. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. For strike 3, that'll be out number 2. So a huge back-to-back strikeouts for Nate Brenzer Mendoza. That'll bring up Jaden Kay. 1 for 3 with a single and 2 flyouts. And if Brenzer Mendoza could get out of this inning, that would be fantastic, and the Sabre Dogs would trail by just 3 and have the heart of their order coming up. Stepping off the back of the mound is Brenzer Mendoza. Looking back at second at Lucas Allen. Logan Schultz is over at first. He had an RBI single. First pitch. Misses low and away for ball 1. Whiskey Jacks have a total of 5 hits so far. So that'll send us to the top of the 8th. Sabre Dogs trail 5-2 with Bo McClintock, Josh Pano, and Alex Hay coming up, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. We'll be right back with Sabre Dogs Baseball.
Baseball is America's game. It brings people together, and there's nothing better for community than people coming together. Thank you, Sabre Dogs, for providing entertainment, a family-friendly environment, and good sportsmanship to our town. These simple moments, sharing time with loved ones, create everlasting memories, and will always be in the cheering section, rooting for the home team. First Western Bank and Trust, we're not just here for you, we are you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Forward Communication provides you an opportunity to get your message heard on radio stations all across the region. They have several syndicated radio reports you can partner on, including Ag Issues, which gives an agronomy perspective to regional agriculture, Outdoor Issues, which discusses North Dakota hunting and fishing, and Training Camp Today, which gives listeners an inside look at Minnesota Vikings training camp. Call Forward Communication at 720-0007. That's 720-0007.
Z94 is Minot's only station for today's hit music. The Z94 audience is an active one, targeting your 18 to 42-year-olds. The Z94 listener is a need-to-know listener. They do product research. From product and customer satisfaction reviews, our Z94 audience has their smart devices at their fingertips. That's why you need to be with Z94, because we're in front of our listeners and your customers with our in-demand services like streaming, podcasts, social media. And since we brand to our specific audience, we know how to market your business. Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
You had a long day? An alcoholic beverage sound good right about now? Souris River Brewing Company has you covered. They use the most locally sourced and freshest ingredients available to create quality beers and food. Souris River Brewing Company sources food and grains from their neighbors to maintain our local economy and to serve you. Be sure to stop by Souris River Brewing Company, a true experience.
Sabre Dogs try off single to start the inning. Not a whole lot has gone on since then. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Wi-Fi here is not very good. That one in there for a strike. Asked to get a hot spot, and we were denied. So we're going to have to deal with what we have here. And we are not going to be able to broadcast any of these games on the radio because of that. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And actually going to throw back over to check up on our friend over there, Josh Pano, and gets in there safely. 0-1 pitch. And that one misses. Even the count. Coming up for the hot shots in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters, Reagan Doss, Robbie Merced, and Cody Kale. 1-1 pitch, runner goes, breaking ball, fouled out of play, make it 1-2. That one was up in the eyeballs of Jace Edwards, decided to foul that one off. So here is the 1-2 from Arias on the mound, works from the stretch, now going to throw over to first once again, check up on Pano. 3 stolen bases on the year. Foul tip, caught by the catcher, Allen, and that will end the inning as he is down on strikes. So that will send us to the bottom of the 8th. Sabre Dogs still trail 5-2. We'll be right back after these messages with more Sabre Dogs baseball.
El Azteca is authentic Mexican fast food on the go. Their ingredients are always fresh, so you can be sure you'll get the best tacos, burritos, tamales, and more. El Azteca is located at 2035 North Broadway in Minot. Stop in or order online to save time. If you want exclusive coupons and special offers to save more on your next visit, text LS Teca as one word to 21777. LS Teca, the most authentic Mexican food in Minot.
iHeartRadio.
We are Northwest North Dakota's #1 country radio station, 97 Kicks FM, playing a wide variety of today's new country to those country favorites reaching back to the 90s. With the award-winning Bobby Bones Show and a big signal puts your business where it needs to be. We are heard on over 2,000 smart devices across the country with our iHeartRadio app. From radio to streaming, web, and social media, we've got you covered. Our Kicks listeners are current and retired military, farmers and ranchers, working moms, business owners. We are 97 Kicks FM.
Caden Calber will come into the game for the Sabre Dogs. It'll be his second outing. And Nate Brenzer Mendoza is done, and he had himself a pretty solid day, allowed just one earned run. Taking a look at Calber's stats so far this season. As of right now, he is went for one game, allowed 2 earned runs, has an ERA of 6.74 in 2 2/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 hits. 13.48 strikeouts per 9 innings through his first game. And as for Nate Brenzer Mendoza, he is done after 3 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, with 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Should be an earned run. It says there are only 4 runs here on the website. But regardless, Calber will go to work here, trying to see if the Sabre Dogs can't come in and get a comeback win on the road and extend the losing streak for the Whiskey Jacks. Yeah, I figure what the problem is. The game live on Point Streak says the game is still in the bottom of the 7th, so I'm just going to scrap that. There's the first pitch from Calber to the leadoff hitter, and that one is hit at the third baseman, Edwards, sort of first, in time to get the speedy Reagan Doss for out number 1. Now bring up Robbie Merced, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. Calber working from the stretch despite no one on. First pitch. Now misses upstairs for ball 1. Has a lower release point. He doesn't really need a higher release point. He's already 6'8". Weighs 185 pounds. Attends Spokane Falls Community College. 1-0 pitch. Hit well to center field. And that will be right at center fielder Wilson Rubion. Now 2 down for Cody Kale, who is coming up to the plate for his 5th time today. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. See if Calber can't get the first 1-2-3 innings since the bottom of the 1st. Zay Caldwell had 3 ground outs consecutively. What feels like what was forever ago. First pitch. And there's strike 1. We've been playing for 2 hours and 45 minutes approximately. Well, a little bit less than that, maybe closer to 2 hours and 35 minutes. We started a little bit later than we should have. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Trying to bunt. He goes around. We strike 2. Here's the 0-2 from Calber. Now on a swinging little blooper to the second baseman, Josh Pano, and he'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. So one more shot for the Sabre Dogs. We'll move on to the top of the 9th, see if they can come back and at least tie in the top of the ninth. We'll be right back after these messages.
Inside of your mouth ache? Not brushing as often as you should? Then come on over to Kemet Dental. Kemet Dental prides on their team of highly educated dental professionals and advanced technology. Whether it's advanced dental procedures such as implants, same-day crowns, and sleep apnea, there's no problem they can't fix. Visit their state-of-the-art facility or visit kemetdental.com to learn more. Kemet Dental. We treat more than teeth, we treat people. Don't let bad weather surprise you. Stay informed with KMOT. KMOT is Minot's local NBC affiliate that keeps you in the know for all things weather-related. KMOT also makes sure that you know everything important happening in the Minot community. Want to see the latest Twins highlights? Check out KMOT's professional sports coverage, as well as their local and collegiate sports. KMOT, your news leader.
Christian Arias coming out once again here to try to finish her off. The Sabre Dogs will have the 8-9-1 hitters, Sam Powers, Wilson Rubion, and Philip Childs coming up for Souris Valley to try to come back. Take a look at the scores for one last time. Badlands was able to hold off a Fremont charge towards the end of the game as they ended up giving up one run, but win the game 8-5. Also, Hub City loses 9-2 to West Nebraska. And Spearfish has taken the lead against Casper in the top of the seventh. It is 4-3. Here comes Sam Powers. 1 for 3 with a double, strikeout, and a flyout. This one ripped into left field, and that will be just foul by a few feet. Oh my goodness, he just barely missed that one. He yanked a foul ball off of a fastball from Arias. Arias' fourth inning of work. Pitch in there, strike two. Yeah, the scoreboard on Point Streak still says it's 4-2 in favor of the Whiskey Jacks for some reason. 0-2 pitch, misses outside and make it 1-2. One-two pitch. That one misses low. Even the count, 2-2. Pitch. Down grounded at the shortstop. Merced. Throw over to first. Not in time. Infield single for Sam Powers. As that one went past Jaden Kay, who was initially going to make the play, but he let it slide through. Powers with a multi-hit game, and that will bring up Wilson Rubion, who is having himself a solid outing. 2 for 3 with an RBI single in the fourth, had a single in the the third, and had a ground out in the sixth. On deck is Philip Childs. So nobody out, one man on for the Sabre Dogs, off to a good start. First pitch. That one misses upstairs for ball one. Sabre Dogs trying to rally here in the top of the ninth. In there, strike one to even the count. That was a breaking ball that was right down the heart of the plate. Rubion batting .328 coming into today's game. Go back over to first, check on Powers. Powers with 3 stolen bases on the year. Not quite sure they're willing to risk sending him to second base. We will see. Here's the 1-1. In the dirt, make it 2-1. Good block from the catcher Allen for the Whiskey Jacks. Here is the 2-1. No, we're going to throw back over to check on Powers. Got someone kind of loosening up in the Whiskey Jacks bullpen. 2-1 pitch. This one hit at the second baseman, double play ball if they want it, and it will tag one, throw to first in time for the double play. What a play by Cody Kale. It's a 4-3 double play, and that will give the Sabre Dogs one more opportunity to try to come back as Philip Childs comes out. Sabre Dogs trail by 3 with 2 away in the top of the 9th. From the stretch. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball upstairs, misses for ball 1. Sabre Dogs are 4-1 against the Whiskey Jacks coming into tonight's game. 10-9 against Lewis Division opponents, and 6-3 on the road, 9-7 in the month of June. Breaking pitch in there, strike 1, even the count. Sabre Dogs have had 10 hits today, just haven't been able to get the runners around. 1-1 pitch. Hit towards center field, and that will drop for Philip Child's second base hit of the day. The Sabre Dogs are still alive with Mason Dennison coming to the plate and Chauncey Callier on deck. Dennison 2 for 4, had a single in his he had singles in his first 2 at bats, but a fly out and a strikeout in the 5th and 7th inning. That is base hit number 11 on the day for the Sabre Dogs. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. On 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Sabre Dogs down to their final strike. Here in game 1 of this 3-game series in Brandon, Manitoba at Andrews Field. Arias works from the stretch. Childs with about a 5-step lead over there at first. Runner goes, check swing in the dirt, and that will be ball 1, and Childs will get the easy base. That's Childs' 3rd stolen base of the day. He stole 3rd and home in the 1st inning, and he just stole 2nd. Dennison now with a runner in scoring position. Getting another huge lead. 1-2 pitch. That one grounded foul down the 3rd base side. We'll redo it. Again, Chauncey Callier is on deck for the Sabre Dogs. Would love to get to their MVP candidate. From the stretch, Arias sets. Leg kick, delivers. In the dirt, ball 2. That'll even the count with 2 outs. Runner on second here in the top of the 9th. Sabre Dogs trail 5-2. Whiskey Jacks trying to snap a 10-game losing streak. Arias sets and delivers. Breaking ball. Misses for ball 3. That was a close one. Arias can't do the high leg kick stuff that he does when there's no runners on. That would be an automatic balk. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. Here we go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Whiskey Jacks are going to win this one. So game 1 is in the books. The Whiskey Jacks win. A final score, 5-2. Sabre Dogs drop to 12-11, and the Whiskey Jacks snap their 10-game losing streak and improve to 6-17. So we'll send it to a commercial break. We'll have some of the unofficial stats from today's game. You're listening to Sabre Dogs Baseball. Sabre Dogs drop game one with the final score of 5-2. Here are some of your unofficial stats from today's contest. Leading off was Philip Childs, who went 2 for 5 with the run and 3 stolen bases. Mason Dennison was 2 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. Chauncey Collier was 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a walk. Will McClintock was 2 for 3 with a double and a strikeout. Josh Pano was 0 for 4. Alex Hay was 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Jace Edwards was 1 for 4 with a triple, a run, and a strikeout. Sam Powers was 2 for 4 with a double and a strikeout. And Wilson Rubion was 2 for 4 with an RBI. Xavier Caldwell picked up the loss today. He went 3 1/3 innings with 2 strikeouts, 5 walks, 3 hits, 4 runs, with 3 of those being earned. Nate Brenzer Mendoza came in for 3 2/3 innings. He had 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits, 1 run, and none earned. And as for Caden Calber, came in for 1 inning, no walks, no strikeouts, no hits, and no earned runs. So the game started out with Phil Childs getting a leadoff base hit in the first inning. Mason Dennison brought him over to second. Childs then stole third and home to give the Sabre Dogs their first run of the game. And the Sabre Dogs were able to get one more in the top of the fourth. It was a a 1-out triple for Jace Edwards. And then an RBI single by Wilson Rubion to give the Sabre Dogs a 2-0 lead. And then things got ugly for Xavier Caldwell on the mound as he led off with 2 back-to-back singles, back-to-back walks, another single, an RBI single from Jaden Kay, an RBI sac fly from Reagan Doss, and a walk that would eventually end up being the end of Zay Caldwell's day. Then Cody Kale came up. He flew out. Then an error allowed Jace Bailey on, and that scored another run. A fly out, a walk, and that would eventually be the end of the inning. Or excuse me, the walk was the start of the next inning. And the Sabre Dogs were just never able to regroup offensively. They had tons of hits spread throughout the rest of the game, but just weren't able to ever bring them in. And the Sabre Dogs were actually giving up one more run in the 7th. It was Jace Bailey who reached via an error. He stole second base, and Keegan Schultz brought him in with an RBI single. So once again, our final score, 5-2. Sabre Dogs drop this one. They move to 12-11, still second in the Lewis division. As for the Whiskey Jacks, they're now 6-17 and snap a 10-game losing streak. We'll be back at it again same time tomorrow, 7-5, right here from Brandon, Manitoba at Andrews Field. That's going to do it for me. I'm Jared Sluppy. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good night.